What is up, ladies and gents? So we just got a new hype update leak towards the Bizzy Bee update. Now this is going to be inside of Grow A Garden. Now obviously I'm not going to be the first one to this by the time this posts, but as of updating and uploading this, I will be most likely one of the first people to this. Obviously, you know, I do have a schedule system, so this won't be the first one, but this is really cool. So I'm going to give you a bit of a prediction to what I would like to see with this based on what we can see in all the teasers and the leaks. And additionally, we have a giveaway later in the video. Make sure you stay till that point to, you know, check out the giveaway. So starting off with the giveaway. So this is the Bizzy Bee update, and this was updated obviously to the Roblox page on the game events a bit ago, and this is going to start May 31st. So I am assuming that this means no middle week update, and I'm assuming this does mean like the lunar track was the middle week update. This is sad to see, but it is completely fine if you think about it, because now we obviously get more content to hype towards. There could also be 100% pure chance that there is going to be stuff around this, but there also has been leaks and information and speculation about people assuming there could be some sort of bee swarm simulator vibes to this when it comes to basic mechanics, which I'll go over later in the video. But once again, this is a really cool concept, and I'll show you the main page right now. Now over on Roblox, you'll see the main new content page, which is going to be the Bizzy Bees, a swarm of fun. Now, as you see on Saturday, May 31st, 10 a.m., this is just my time zone, could be something else for you, which is going to run till Saturday, June 7th at 6 a.m. Another thing to note is if you do go back over to the Grow A Garden page, something to check out is on the current one, the farm cosmetics. You knew, if you obviously paid attention to the timestamp, just in case, this is actually like a reoccurring just speculation, how it says 6 a.m. and obviously to note, usually for the first 4 hours before the update or prior, they're going to be like spamming admin events, going crazy, all this really hype stuff in preparation for the upcoming update. This is something really cool that they have been doing, so do make sure you tune in. I will most likely be streaming this alongside with Coca-Cola live together, so make sure you do tune in then. But we'll also have an early leaks and look out for this, obviously, once again, because we are both content creator testers, and we will be uploading all of the juicy content for you to watch. So make sure you stay for our channels towards then, because we'll have all the information in regards to the update. So look forward towards that. Now, here are my basic predictions of how this is going to work. So based on the leaks and all this stuff, and like the base bee swarm simulator mechanic, we're going to base this off of as like the basic concept. But pretty much what we can expect is, if you want to obviously, you know, come on over to, you know, where the gear shop's at, I'm quickly just going to buy some recall wrenches. I've been using too many. What we can expect is potentially some sort of egg thing. So obviously inside of eggs, you're going to have different types of pets. So we have the golden lab, dog, and bunny. Same way we could have different types of bees. You could have like a worker bee, all these other bees, and these could like come together and have like boosts and effects on each other. This would be really cool. But another concept idea is, obviously after hatching the bee, this could introduce like a subcategory for plants where they only work on flower categorized plants whenever it comes to like a pollination system. So they could pollinate a plant. That plant could have a boost rate of whatever, sell value, who knows. And in including that, then they would collect that pollen and bring it to the comb factory, aka, you know, a beehive as some people call it. Now, obviously, as you see, if you come back on over to the Roblox page, we have the beautiful little flowers, the tiny cute little bees. And do note the color variants obviously could leak towards, this could just be lighting really, but this could mean different types of bees, pets, and all this stuff. But obviously we have like dandelions, flowers, all this stuff, and the most likely we could have some sort of system that revolves around the beehive. You know, you collect it, you get honey, and you could collect the honey and sell it, which obviously, you know, bottles, all this crap like Minecraft and all that. There could be a lot more to this, but once again, there is a really high % chance that they're not going to be like reharvestable like small flowers. These could be like flowers you plant down, and that's all they do is you plant them down specifically for the usage in like regards to just for honey and all this stuff. Now, this once again would be a really cool thing, but what's in the update, we'll break that down right now. So obviously, let's go over the update and what's coming. So obviously, we have new teasers for seeds and all this stuff, so you could expect new seed flowers for bees, like yellow ones, teasers, because obviously, once again, inside of this, there's clearly none of these I don't think are in the game. There's maybe these flowers right here, these purple ones. So here, let me find it in my seeds. It's the not this, but like obviously we have the orange tulip. There's also like the nightshade. If you didn't know, that's another flower. As you see, these are the only flowers that I can really think of. There are obviously, I'm pretty sure, other ones that are going to be from other things like night packs and all this stuff, but these are currently like the only flowers we have. Now, obviously though, if you look at these ones and then compare them to this, obviously if you look back and forth, these don't look like this. These tulips, these aren't orange tulips, these are pink tulips. Now these are completely different. I don't even think they're actively in the game. Now, this is another thing to note is obviously we're going to see a new new flower like drop. Once again, that could be subcategories and all this stuff, which would be cool. But this does mean we are going to have some pretty cool base systems around flowers. Now, obviously, there are a bunch of like lavish big crops. There's no hyper focused on the wee little flowers. This would be really cool to see, be like a core base to the system. So obviously with this, we could have like bumblebees, we could have honeybees, worker bees, we could even have a queen bee that's like the rarest and then has like a whole effect to all of the production of honey and all this stuff. This would be a really cool thing, but once again, this is going to be coming out on May 31st at 10 a.m. So make sure you do tune in for this. Now, how can you prepare for this update? So if you want to absolutely cook for this update, do note this is going to obviously cost a lot. And with the new, lunar shop, what we do know and expect is the prices on stuff in basic inflation, it's starting to get up there. So you can probably expect things to be in the higher of like close near to $1 million on base prices. Because usually you have seen with like the lunar and the blood moon shop, most of the time the things have been in the hundreds of thousands of range. We could start seeing things being in the bases of millions and even like a high level thing that's in the higher end of the billions. Now, obviously this would be cool. Of course, if they don't nerf the frick out of it, like something my mouse is over right now, but this would still be a really cool system and mechanic to see. Now, once again, something you should do is I would recommend stockpiling at least 1 billion credits. If you do end up spending that said billion on like a moon mango, that's fine because there have been leaks towards this getting buffed. So most likely, still will be worth it, but I would recommend stockpiling at least over 1 billion shekels for flowers, bee eggs, sell any crops that you can. And I would recommend obviously selling and try to get your crop layout down. I'll go over that in a second and why that's important. But once again, I would recommend setting up some sort of base system and like management to your thing. I have been recently like purging my base and my plot of all these lower level, like I no longer use legendaries and I pretty much don't use anything that's under like grapes. So I would recommend try to get your crops up into a higher level. This is going to just ensure you can farm money, and I'll go over in a second why this is important. But like I said before, we are doing a giveaway in this video and we're giving away chicken jockeys. Like I know a lot of people did not get the chicken jockey or chicken zombie, and I'm giving away multiple of these on this video, and all you got to do to enter into the giveaway, so simple, is just like and subscribe and comment your username down below. Once again, to enter into the giveaway, you just got to like and subscribe and comment your username down below onto this video to enter into the Get Chicken Jockey giveaway. Now, I would, once again, the reason why you should purge your thing is if, say, honey production does fully rely on flowers, what you could hyper focus on is, at least with the garden expansion as well, if you have stayed on top of that, because obviously the garden expansion has like time based for extra plots and all this stuff, and obviously there's more to just like growing left to right. You do want to at least hope that you can have at least maybe a plot or two open, because once again, you do want to have a bunch of flowers and more space to plant these, especially if they are big. And there are obviously currently seed placement glitches, which you can check the end of this video. I'll have a seed placement glitch that's currently working alongside other glitches you can use to both make money and ensure you make a lot of money, and additionally make sure you do prioritize like compact and how compact it is, which those two things go away. And also, have you seen this? It's been a few days since I've admin abused. This is brand new. They're about to spam admins abuses, I'm assuming. But pro tip, I would recommend own and destroy this event. Like obviously there could be chances where like flowers, or like you could early pre-fire flowers, so like all flowers contribute to this. Come back, money sign. I would recommend buying other flowers, like once again the tulips from this, just in case that these do also contribute to this, just to get a bit of an early head start. This would be once again a really important thing to note, is if you can get like an early head start, this would be really good for you. Now though, once again, there are good chances that obviously other things like moon blossoms and stuff, since they look, this could be a chance that like obviously they are also in the subcategories flower. So do make sure you try to also grind the lunar track, which I have a great video on that. Anyways, enough yap. If you once again are liking this video, make sure to leave a like. But anyways, the Bizzy Bee update, obviously we can expect new seeds, pets, a new bee system around this stuff, and they're spamming disco. This is awesome. I gotta mute this or I'm gonna get copyrighted. Crap, shut up. Okay, there we go. Anyways, what you can though is expect is a basic new seeds, pets, a bee system, and obviously stuff around that. As you see, we do have the Bizzy Bee update. This is once again really hype, and I am excited. Obviously 1.5 million people are also excited for this, and this thing just came out, so we might be able to actually hit 10 million. So make sure you do watch the stream, because if they do hit 10 million, I'm going to be doing a huge giveaway. As you see, guys, a lot of people have asked for a cosmetic cap increase. Don't worry, I will do that this weekend. Obviously, this is a new league. This literally just came in. This is in relation to the cosmetics. As you see, you can only hold a certain amount of items and placed items, so we can see an increase to this later. And a new thing to note is this could relate to this thing, obviously, like same way how you can talk to him, you can buy eggs from and all this stuff. We have had leaks before with the cosmetic shop, where the cosmetic shop itself had like expansions and crates and stuff. So what we could see is another like integrated shop that includes things like plot expansions and stuff. Have I ever ran a chocolate command? I can't remember. That is a new thing.